Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress, and this is your daily dust for Thursday, August 3rd, if you're watching in real time, but it can also be for whenever you stumble upon it. It's also a timeless reading. This is called the Daily Dust because it's a daily collective message and a sprinkling of fairy dust, which is my magic here on Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust. So this month of August is a very powerful month. We just started off with a super moon and we're going into the Lion's Gate soon. Portal time and high energy frequencies happening right now. So every day is going to be a very interesting day, but sometimes we do have just plain mundane days that are not a whole lot happening to us, even if it's happening around us or in our surrounding world. But sometimes you'll get a message that's really profound and sometimes very simple. So let's take a look. I'm running a little special on artistic decks, and they vary from classic to contemporary, to Art Nouveau, to indie decks. And this is the Prisma Visions by James Eads. And I just think he's an incredible artist, and the way he designed this deck is quite incredible. If you haven't seen it, check out my flip through review. And he has his own website where you can get a bunch of his decks. Some of them are discontinued, but you can still get a lot of cool varieties or versions of the decks in smaller tins and things like that. All right, so let's see what we have for today. All right, we pull from the middle, and we have the Eight of Swords. All right, and the Two of Wands. Nice. And then the Empress. Awesome. Okay, let's zoom on in and see what we get. So I like to read the reading often from left to right, as in present energy moving into forward energy, and it can be within the day. Like you start off the day with feelings of just being stuck, not knowing what to do next, and then you move out of that energy quite quickly and you go into the Two of Wands, where you start to make a plan and a vision for the day, and then you really turn into this Empress energy where you're feeling powerful and you feel like you can make some great strides in the day. So I think it's a nice progression throughout the day. Now, this can also be sort of a progression throughout the month as well, or it can be like a theme that's happening where some of this month you may feel stuck, but you know how to work your way through it, through the Two of Wands, through visualizing, planning, brainstorming, having a plan of attack, so to speak. And yeah, and the Empress is just you at your finest. Whether you're male or female, the Empress energy is Venus energy. It's love, it's connecting to nature, it's feeling close to all your surroundings, especially pets and children and your environment, and feeling kind of whole and complete within yourself and in your environment. It also represents the divine feminine, so you may be connecting to a divine feminine, or you might be the divine feminine here in a particular situation or relationship. So in the Eight of Swords, we have snow, and we have a wall of swords it's maybe protecting her, but it also could be imprisoning her, like a self-imposed imprisonment. We do that to ourselves sometimes. It can be a minor thing where we're just like, okay, well, I just can't do it. We just talk ourselves out of it. Swords represents mental energy, so your mind can always play these great tricks on us and keep us from moving in a certain direction if we convince ourselves that we can't. But even though she may be in a position like this, I feel like just out of sheer will, like the inner something inside pushes you to come out of this, to face reality, or to face the truth, or to face your fears of getting hurt, or face, because the fear is if I move, I might get pricked, right? I might get picked on by these barbs or whatever that's surrounding me. But it may really not be as terrible as you think it is. So a lot of times it could be just something so simple as a phone call. Let's say you're like, oh, I don't want to call these because these people never talk to me in a civil tone and they always give me the runaround. But if you start off your day that way, then you may attract that. So instead, just keep your mind clear, pick up the phone, do what you have to do, and you'll be surprised that they actually responded in a very congenial way and more got done than you expected. That's the kind of day that you can have today. Now, when Mercury goes into retrograde, sometimes it's true that things don't always go according to plan. And so it's important to be very flexible and have multiple plans and multiple ways of achieving your goals, or decide for yourself, this isn't the goal that I need to achieve today. I can put it off another day. Sometimes it's not always important to do it on your timeline. Sometimes the universe has different plans for you. But today, I feel like you can achieve what you want to achieve on your timeline. Now it's just a matter of, telling yourself that, letting your ego know, hey, it's going to be fine. Don't worry about it, So pick yourself up, take a look around, check out the situation. Maybe you just don't have a full understanding of the situation. Maybe you don't, sometimes all is needed is an investigation, a look around, a little bit of research, asking the right people, looking up facts, whatever it is that will lead you to your next step on this day. So it's like divine inspiration, what happens when you have the Two of Wands. And it just comes to you so clearly after you pick yourself up, right? So then you carefully plan, very stoically. You feel strong in your passions and your desire. Wands is a fire element, so there's so much passion here, but the action is not in your steps and in your movement and in your doing. Sometimes your action is just simply in your being, and you're dreaming up this next step and what you're going to do next. So you go from preventing your next step by seeing a prison into dreaming it in your next step, dreaming your next step into being. And then you're in your being. So your creativity and passion are going to serve a great purpose, show your truest self, and you'll attract people towards you on this day. And it could be multiple days. It could be a theme for you. It could be you start off this day feeling stuck, but the next day you break through. It could be lots of things like this, because sometimes the reading doesn't represent everything that's happening in one particular day. Sometimes it's giving you hope to future days to come as well. So the Empress here she's like above a field, and her arms are wide, and she's receiving and reflecting energy, and her senses are loose and open, and she feels the wind. She's Gaia. She's Mama Gaia, Mother Earth, the queen of fertility and womanhood. And so some of you could be getting pregnant this day, or embracing the idea of becoming a mother, or maybe going with that energy. But it doesn't have to be about necessarily a human child. It could be any kind of birthing something into existence, even if it's a small mundane idea for your project or something that you just want to do today. The Empress she is kind of a boss, a ruler of sorts. The Emperor I often see as the entrepreneur, and I see the Empress can be the same way as well. It's just she has just a softer, more Venusian way about her. And so she feels connected, and she's also representing the wealth that you can have, and but also the real value in things is not just money, and something about your existence is something that you're going to learn about just being in your existence. And this Mother Nature energy, you could be stepping out into the countryside or enjoying some time in a garden or something today. But if you're not, it might be a good idea to touch the ground today a little bit, or to embrace a tree or something like that. Get a little bit of nature in today and revel in it and take joy in the pleasure of just being alive. And I hope you like that. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.